Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra. Battery may disappoint once again. And while the upcoming Galaxy Z Fold 7 promises to wow users this summer with its ultra-thin hinge design, Samsung seems poised to fall behind yet again in the battery race, according to multiple leaks, sparking concern among fans and tech analysts alike. Especially when Chinese brands are pushing boundaries with monster batteries between 7,000 and 8,000 milliamp hours. One of the most trusted sources, Ice Universe, alongside leaker at Panda Flash Pro, paint a picture of the S26 Ultra that's evolution rather than revolution. Thinner design, sure, and perhaps an expansion in Galaxy AI features, but no dramatic leap in battery size or camera performance. And that's where the disappointment begins, because while innovation in display tech and slim builds is welcome, many users are more interested in real-world improvements like battery life and charging speed, areas where Samsung is increasingly lagging behind as competitors. Like Xiaomi and Vivo prepare to drop flagship killers with massive battery capacities that dwarf the S26 Ultra's rumored 5,400 milliamp hour cell, which is only 400 milliamp hours more than its predecessor and still far from the impressive power banks being tested for 2026 flagships in China. Even more disheartening is the continued absence of 65W fast charging, something that has become a norm in many premium phones from competitors. And yet, Samsung clings to its more conservative charging strategies, possibly to preserve battery longevity, but at the cost of user convenience. And to make matters worse, despite minor upgrades hinted at for the 3x telephoto camera unit, Ice Universe has already suggested that the S26 lineup is unlikely to offer anything exciting on the camera front, which will further blur the line between the S25 and S26 generations. While Samsung is clearly prioritizing a thinner frame, possibly in response to market demands or internal design goals, at Panda Flash Pro reminds us that these decisions aren't final, and while there's still hope for a better battery or charging feature, the trajectory doesn't look promising, especially when we consider that phones with much smaller displays, like the 6.3-inch Xiaomi 16 or Vivo X300 Pro Mini, are rumored to be coming with 7,000 milliamp hours batteries. And larger Chinese flagships might even cross the 8,000 milliamp hours threshold in 2026, setting a new industry benchmark that Samsung currently appears unwilling to chase. And when you combine that with the retention of the 120Hz refresh rate and the same classic punch-hole front camera, rather than experimenting with under-display technology or something truly next-gen, it's clear that the S26 Ultra, while solid and premium as always, might feel like more the same to loyal users hoping for a game-changing upgrade. And this cautious approach may keep Samsung steady in the market, but it could also cause some momentum among power users and battery-hungry consumers. And yet, the final specs have not been locked in, meaning there's still room for last-minute surprises. But as it stands, this leak paints a sobering picture for Samsung fans expecting innovation in the battery department. And unless Samsung makes a bold move, the Galaxy S26 Ultra might simply be another incremental update, rather than a revolutionary flagship. So for now, we wait, we speculate, and we hope that Samsung surprises us at launch. Because in a world where power-hungry apps, AI features, and 24/7 connectivity are the norm, the battery remains king, and Samsung cannot afford to fall further behind, especially with Chinese manufacturers closing the gap and pushing limits like never before. And as always, stay tuned for every update, leak, and confirmed spec right here on TechVerse, your go-to source for the latest and most honest tech news.